Hello, everybody. I'm Janet Mandel, and I'm coming to you from the wonderful West Orange Arts Center. We have a beautiful exhibition and gallery space here, and right now there's a remarkable exhibition on view, The Power of Four. We invite you to come. We are open Saturdays until September 11th from noon to 4 p.m. So please come in person to see some of the wonderful work that we're going to show you today. So now I'd like to introduce you to our two co-curators. We have Carol BlackLemon and we have Anne Vollum. Carol, why don't you tell us a little bit about the whole concept or idea of this show came about?
Well, Anne and I spoke about collaborating on a project about, almost 2 years ago, pre-pandemic, and I was curating another exhibit of J. Trevay, and I thought that Anne's work was just outstanding, and I wanted to work with her, and she agreed. It was on hold for about 1.5 years. When we got together, we decided that we would like to have at least 2 other artists.
So who are the 2 other artists in the exhibition?
Lackey and Elisabeth Antoine.
So you felt your art all spoke to each other? Was that kind of what was going on here? What do you think, Anne?
We were looking for, I'm a fiber artist, Carol's a painter. So we were looking for one more painter and one more fiber artist. I knew Lisa through my connections with the Textile Study Group of New York and had exhibited with her in the Gold Standard back in the beginning of 2020. So we thought that Elisabeth had spoken to us about wanting to exhibit in this space, and it just all came together.
So a personal relationship morphed into an artistic relationship.
And then having the West Orange Arts Center as the catalyst for artists to bring their ideas and to bring their proposals, that's what we did.
I would say that we all know each other through art.
So I think this is a good time maybe to talk about this word power in the title of the exhibition, the power of 4. We now know about the 4, so talk about the power of 4.
We all have our own style, we all have our own direction and focus with our art, and that's part of our superpower, who we are independently, and we thought bringing it together was just dynamic.
We felt that having 4 artists rather than the 2 that we'd originally planned, that it would make a much more dynamic and interesting exhibit, and that it would draw a lot more people into the exhibit because of our artistic connections with other people, that it would be a much better show.
Thing I want to ask you before we meet our other 2 artists in the show is tell us how the exhibition is actually hung and why you made those choices.
Well, we wanted the show to be a conversation between the artists rather than more like a studio tour where you have one wall, one artist. So we basically had the artists choose which work they wanted to put in the show, and then Lisa and Elisabeth delivered the artwork, and Carol and I shooed them away, and then Ray was here too, who is invaluable, helping us.
Our gallery manager. And we were very lucky and fortunate to have our collaborative artists trust us to bring out the best in their work in terms of placement. So, yeah, we connected very well together.
Yeah, we wanted to have each artist in all 3 galleries that we have here for the work to communicate with each other and to have a flow that would draw the visitor to the gallery through the galleries, and for there to be like a rhythm through color, movement, the different mediums.
Wow, now I can see why I thought this exhibition was so dynamic. It was really planned to be that way, and I think you've really accomplished it. So here are our 3rd and 4th artists represented in this wonderful exhibition. We have Lisa Lackey and we have Elisabeth Antoine. So I'm going to ask them each to just very briefly tell us a little bit about themselves and tell us their experience in being part of this exhibition. Elisabeth?
Thank you, Janet. So I have been painting for a long time. painting way more over the past 2 years, and it's my passion, and that's what I do for a living now, so it's fabulous. And it makes me extremely happy to be in this exhibit.
How did you come to be in the exhibition?
So I was invited by Anne and Carol, and when I got the email, since I knew their work, I was really, really happy, and overall the experience has been amazing.
Thank you so much. Lisa?
Thank you, Janet. I have been doing this work for about the last 8 years, and I know Anne through the Textile Study Group of New York, and I had met Carol through an artist's walk that we had just done in April. So it was very lovely to be invited to this and to get to meet Elisabeth and to see her work, and I think the work together is very powerful.
Yes, I agree, and I that's one of the reasons why I hope everybody does come to see this show, because these 4 artists work so amazingly together, and I think you're going to get a real flavor of that here. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you've learned enough about this wonderful exhibition to be seduced into coming down to 551 Valley Road in West Orange to the West Orange Arts Center to see it in person. It's really, really important, I think, to see art in person. But if for some reason you really can't get down here, if you go to www.woarts.org, you can see many of the pieces online. But if you do come to our wonderful event and gallery space, we have a gift shop here with some wonderful items, and also the artists whose work, all of the work in the exhibition is for sale, but they've also made available smaller prints that are very, very affordable, and you may want to buy something here too to help support the West Orange Arts Council. So please come down if you can, and thank you again for joining us to see the power of 4 and to appreciate the wonderful work that you've seen here. Bye-bye.